Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be installing this new, or at least new to me, Lumicell outdoor rated LED emergency light. I picked this guy up at my local restore. You can often find some really good deals and some cool stuff there. These guys are quite expensive brand new. I've seen these around $400 or $500 brand new. They come with LED heads, and I've also seen them last for I've seen one of these last for 7 hours in a power outage once, which is far beyond the 30 minutes they have to last for here in Canada. So, they're kind of a funny looking emergency light, but they're certainly good. As you can see, this one's kind of weathered. But, as you can see, NEMA 4X, so they are good to be outside. And they've got magnetic test. They're pretty cool. We don't really need any lighting on this side of the shed. But a place that it would be cool is out front, out here, because it can get pretty dark to open this gate. There's nothing really over there that you have to do. Plus lots of light comes through the windows. But there isn't too much light up here, so I think it'd be a good spot to put it just under that sensor light. Plus it's a really easy place for me to get power to. Now looking at it from the other side, it's going to end up right somewhere where, right about there. That 3 conductor 14.3 is what powers that sensor light out there. But I don't want to go off that circuit because I want it on our emergency and exit light circuit. So I've got to do some measuring to make sure it's not going to hit some of the parts of the garage door opener. So let's open up our emergency light so we can see what it looks like inside. To get inside this guy though, we need a special screwdriver. This one's made by Klein Tools. 15-in-1 security, so this has special security bits for doing screws like what this guy has. These guys, which are called tamper resistant screws, where the majority of people don't own a screwdriver for, so it helps make it more tamper proof. It's just like kind of like a normal Torx, but it's got a pin in the middle, so you couldn't use a normal Torx bit. These take a T15, so tamper, probably Torx 15, and then we can remove our screws, which they don't seem to be in all the way anyways, so they don't seem to be threaded in very much. So just pop off all of these guys. And in total we have 6 screws. So now our whole protective lens to keep them water resistant and offers a lot of protection. These things can take a hit, I've seen. So here's how this guy looks inside now. And now this part of it will also come off. I can't exactly remember how you do this, but I know there is a way because I've worked on them in the field. One similar to this. I guess it just pops off. And I guess you just install this guy on the wall and then wire it up to the back of here. This thing's got a ton of lights on it, so let's see what it looks like. So this is our part that mounts on the wall. Oh, it's made of solid metal, actually pretty heavy. And that's our top, so this is where I guess it was previously installed. We can check the date on our battery here. Now, I think I've already said these things are so high quality. They're very nice. Okay, we gotta replace it August 2025, that's good to know. Velcro, that's cool. And it's a 6-volt, 7.2 amp hour battery. Now this is where we actually wired it up. It's got pigtails right here. White, neutral, black is for 120, and red for 347 volts. And I guess if it was an American one, you'd also have an orange. But we don't have 277 in Canada, at least you don't really ever see it, so that's why there's no orange. And then this is our plug going into the board there. This is what goes out. This ribbon cable goes out to something. And these are our heads right there, which are, I believe, 4-watt LED heads. So I've made a little mark there where I want to where I need to drill my hole through, which is right there, so that will line this up pretty good with the bottom, and made sure that on the other side there's nothing in my way. So it's gonna go out kind of right behind that spring underneath that shaft that runs across where the belt goes through. So now I'm gonna get one of my super long drill bits, long spade bits, to drill through, which, let's see, half inch should be enough. Actually, maybe I'll just go with 9/16 for a 14.2 Lumex. There we go. So now I'm going to install my connector, because I'm going to be running the Lumex straight through the wall and into the connector. Now, since our Lumex is just going to stick right through the wall, we need a connector to secure it in place. I'm going to pop that connector in right here. And this thing's got enough of a gasket on the back that I actually just filed down the connector a little bit, so it still locks in. Now I also need to punch out these knockouts, since I'm going to be using these to anchor this guy into the wall. There's the second one. So now here's my wire, my 14.2 Lumex. Now I'm going to stick this through to the other side. I'm starting to lose some light here, but I'm going to install this with the little bit I have left. And now I should also mention, I took out the battery to make it lighter. So something cool about this emergency light is this wiring harness here. It's detachable. So our red wire, we know that's for 347 volts, so we won't be using it. So we can cap it off. However, hot and neutral, we will be using, so we'll strip these guys. Here's on the other end what this plugs into, and you notice there's no ground on this thing that we need to ground anything to. So then on this end, here's our ground pigtail, which I'm just going to cut. and strip, and then connect it to this guy right here. Here, like that, my cover and the battery. Then this is plus. Now I can add change later. Our counting is channel. It works in the other cadmium, but for that one, and you are through. So our outside light is installed. I ended up putting some silicone just on the top and the sides to make sure no water will get in there. But it should be pretty good. So now we got to deal with everything on the inside. Forgot to put these little things back on though, but I don't think they're really for waterproofing, more just for looks. So here's what I've done over here. We come out over there. It's just through a little short piece of conduit. This conduit is only for mechanical protection, and it's not actually required to be there. But code's minimum standard, better to go above and beyond if you can. And I just thought because there's a spring there, and there's just lots of mechanical moving parts, I just wanted a little bit extra protection. But then we go up here, run along here, through this hole, and here's our piece. So we're gonna take down this exit sign and open up this box, and I'm not sure if I'll do it live or not. Probably will, because that's just the way I am and I don't like to change, so don't do things live. So now, something kind of off topic, I mean not really off topic, but a little bit off topic, is when you're going into something live, possibly more dangerous than the live components are the grounded components. So in this case, something like this garage door rail, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it's right here. It's probably grounded. It's touching the door. The door is touching the opener, which is grounded. So it's probably grounded. So you gotta be careful of that. You gotta be careful of the light fixtures. Any conduits are gonna be grounded. This metal plate's grounded. That's the sort of stuff that you just gotta be not afraid of it, but know that it's there. So now these guys right here aren't our exit sign circuit. This is a always on power circuit for receptacles, so we don't really need to worry about that. I think I dropped something. So stripped our outer sheathing, expose our conductors. Now you gotta be careful with the knife in the box, because you could easily pierce insulation. So I can get for next. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as master review. I won't use. So now with this sign here, you may think, oh, that's just a neutral, it won't hurt you. But we've still got the hot side powered up. So if I was to touch this neutral and was touching something grounded, the sign would use me as the ground. So you do still have to be careful of it. So the light's wired up, it's got power, but there's an issue. It's showing me an error code, and the error code it's showing me is battery fault, because if I go on my phone here, not sure if you guys can see that, but it's doing red blinking, which is battery fault. Now it's not 2 reds blinking or 3, so pretty sure it's got a battery fault. I'll show you what I mean. Hopefully you guys can see the red lights blinking. Now I have had it, and I also have had it up here for probably been installed, had power on for maybe like an hour. So I don't think it's a charging issue. Because if I go turn on the breaker, or off the breaker, we're in emergency. Not this guy though, no lights are on. So I'm gonna leave the replacing a battery, if I end up getting a battery, for another video, since this one's getting kind of long. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, and I know, not so great that I couldn't test it, but in a video coming up we'll show installing a battery. So either way, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button. Any questions or comments, leave those down below. Thanks for watching.